All right, guys, I had to go back and change some stuff. Okay, I had to go back and change some stuff. I'm totally confident with my NFL picks. Like I said, my picks will be legitimate by Friday night. Meaning, if my whatever my post is by Friday night, that's the ticket I'm playing. I'm sure about my NFL picks. I'm sure about Washington over Atlanta. Sure about Ravens, Eagles, 49ers, and Colts. No problem with that. College, I had to go back and change some things up. The only thing I kept was Oregon plus 3.5. Everything else had to be changed because I went over some of the games and I'm like, oh snaps! I'm like, I know what this is. I see Washington playing Ohio State. Ohio State being number one in the country, going to Washington, and I just found go to Pub Radio Sports. Y'all see it yourself. Washington is going to be in this game. I don't know how they might even win this game. I'm convinced. I'm convinced because Ohio State being number one, it's going to be a lot of attention on this game. Washington is not going to be an easy game for Ohio State. So I took, and then Arkansas, Notre Dame. It's like, what was I thinking? Notre Dame doesn't have a defense, and then they got the highest point total in this game. And Arkansas, the fact what I said about Memphis in my last video, that was like Vegas is trying to set me up for the Okie doke. Okay, so they got beat by Memphis. They was favored by 7 on the road. Now they come home, and you about to think they ain't gonna do nothing. And but then not only that, I found out that Arkansas started out, or Notre Dame started out at a -6 favorite, went down to a -4. Whenever I see it go down 2 points like that, I take the other side, which is Arkansas. So I saw the mind control in Vegas trying to, set me up with the energy on Arkansas. But now, like I said, not only that, it's the highest point total in the whole college football this weekend, 64. That tells me ain't nobody. They're gonna be scoring on each other all game. And in that kind of case, in that type of situation, you can give me the home team and the points. I mean, that's just a no-brainer. So this is why I like to repost this. Like I said, I leave my last post so you guys can hear what I said before. I changed my mind this time, and I can hear myself. I listen to myself. I'm like, nah, I don't like what I have to say about that. I got to make changes. And not bad though. I mean, I've only changed what 4 college picks. Everything else I left. I'm 100 for sure. 100 on NFL. Ain't nothing changed my mind about these picks in NFL. Okay, so I had to change it. And then UConn money line. That's just a play. That's kind of like my Old Dominion play, if y'all remember from a couple of weeks ago, where it's like you got to choose a game that nobody's paying attention to and kind of just go with it. UConn's favored by -3.5 on the road over Buffalo. I see no reason anybody should even be paying attention to this game like that to not take UConn on the road like that money line. Okay, I might do some more research on that later, but I wanted to make it a 10-teamer. I couldn't find anything else on the board I liked. So basically, and then Ole Miss LSU. Okay, LSU being number 4. I think this is going to be the weekend that the top 5 teams is like they might end up getting beat. That's why I took Georgia off. I felt like my ego was too much into Georgia. I feel like Georgia should be a larger spread than Alabama, but then if I choose Alabama, I'll feel bad going against Georgia if Georgia wins. So I just got up on out of there. That's why y'all see the UConn on there. Uh, I went to Pub Radio Sports to help me out with these college picks. Just let y'all know, Pub Radio on YouTube. They helped me out with these college picks. The only one I kept was Oregon plus 3.5. The other ones, the other 4 in college, I got help from Pub Radio Sport. I have to agree with them. I do believe the top 5 teams in college football is gonna like somebody they're gonna be getting upset this weekend. That seems to be the energy in the air. Ohio State number 1, something gonna happen to them. Something might happen in Georgia. Something might happen in LSU. You see what I'm saying, guys? There's gonna be a lot of that going on. Okay, so got Washington, Arkansas, Oregon, Ole Miss, and UConn. I'm satisfied with that, and just want to update that, and I'll let y'all later.